Hey everyone, this is Mason Hutchison, and you're listening to Herb Rally, your daily herbal podcast. We typically come out with new episodes about 5 days a week, so be sure to tune in often. Our goal for the show is to help you along your herbalist journey no matter what stage you're at. We have over 582 episodes, so feel free to peruse those episodes and you're bound to find something of interest. And yeah, I said daily show, 5 days a week, but apologies, it's been a minute. I'm trying to come out with new episodes about 5 days a week. However, I've been a little MIA, and that's because this transition to Oregon. It's actually kind of hard for me to find a good spot to record these podcasts. I'm currently outside of Lane Community College here in Eugene, but so yeah, I'm like on this random little hill. So I still need to find a good spot and a good routine to get back into the 5 day a week schedule. But in the meantime, as I mentioned, there's over 582 episodes. So hopefully you're able to find something to listen to in the meantime while we get back on track. But no excuses. Moving forward, I wanted to let you know before the show starts about Green Path Herb School and their Herbal Foundations program. This is a year-long online program in herbal medicine. And they say, it is time to get excited about plants and awaken your passion for natural healing. This online program is for beginning to intermediate students who want a more in-depth knowledge about medicinal plants, make a deeper connection to the earth, discover the healing properties of medicinal plants, a special and unique part of our world. Come on a journey with us and experience an intimate connection with healing herbs, study medicinal plants easily grown in a garden, weedy herbs, as well as some special exotics. Students will foster a lifelong relationship with herbs as we explore the healing powers of plants and the study of herbal medicine. The Herbal Foundations certificate program is valuable both for herb enthusiasts and professionals wanting to add to their healing repertoire. And real quickly, this program includes herbs for body systems, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, nervous system, reproductive system, kidneys and bladder, liver and digestive system, skin, muscular, skeletal system, lymphatic system, immune system. There's medicine making, there's virtual field trips, there's actions and energetics, materia medica, and a lot more. So I won't read you the entire landing page for them, but if you want to learn more about the Herbal Foundations program, just go to greenpathherbschool.com. I'll also include a link to that in the show notes at the very tippy top, so it's easy for you to find. Again, to learn more, just go to greenpathherbschool.com. Huge shout out and thanks to Elaine and the staff of Green Path Herb School for their support of Herb Rally. And I'm trying to think of any other updates. If you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube yet, we've been coming out with a ton of videos there, so just simply search Herb Rally or at Herb Rally on YouTube. You'll find us right there. Lots of great videos coming out. We just published this awesome Ask an Herbalist video with herbalist Kyle Denton, based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And he answered 10 questions that was submitted by you, the Herb Rally audience, and I was just completely blown away by every answer he gave. So if you want to give that a watch, just go to Herb Rally on YouTube. And last but not least, if you'd like to help support Herb Rally in a financial sense, consider becoming an Herb Rally Schoolhouse member. It's only $10 a month, and in exchange, you receive exclusive content, classes, and now monographs, and you're helping support us and our work here at Herb Rally. So if you'd like to learn more, just go to herbrally.com/schoolhouse, and be sure to enter coupon code podcast at checkout. That'll get you 30 days for free, so you can check it out and see if you enjoy it, which I hope you will, because there's a lot of really awesome classes in there. So that's going to do it for me today. Nice to talk to you all again, and hopefully I get back on the 5 day a week schedule. If you ever want to reach out to me, just simply email me, mason@herbrally.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Now enjoy today's episode. Talk to you soon. Bye. A little bit of housekeeping before we get into the show. The content in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to cure, diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease. This information has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. We are not doctors, nor do we play one on the internet. Please seek advice from a qualified healthcare professional. Okay, MC Calico, take it away.
Yeah. Smoking herbal blends. We need some Mullen and some Kush, my brethren. While listening to Herb Rally podcast again. Herbalism at its finest with Mason Hutchinson. Yeah.
And the question is, what do you find to be the most versatile herb in your practice and why? Yarrow. That was easy. Yarrow. It's been I've been using yarrow so much lately, and here's a few reasons why. Because it grows very, very abundantly in my garden, and it just kind of takes over a lot of areas. And so I am the type of gardener that I'm like, let them do their thing. I'm the kind of parent that's like, let them figure it out. It's okay. And I feel the same way with my garden too. I don't give it much discipline, much to the chagrin of my wife, who really wants to see things nice and pretty and tidy. And I'm like, yarrow, it's okay. It's okay. It popped up over there. We're going to use it. And so I make a lot of medicine because it's really telling me to, basically. It's telling me to. And so that's one of the practical reasons why I use it a lot. And another practical reason why, and here's another thing too. I want to kind of correct my language a little bit, and maybe offer this for some of the future questions and future Ask Herbalist things. That is, I'm trying to get away, and I have been for years, with thinking about herbs and uses. Now it's like a very simple semantic switch to say, what is this herb used for? What is this herb good for? Instead, let's speak about the virtues of these herbs. And the switch that happens, this semantic switch, it offers us an idea of not so much it's about commercialization of these things. It's about building a relationship with our natural world and viewing, all of God's creation as important, I wouldn't say entities, but important helpers, each with their own virtues that can offer us teaching, instead of, I know what I need and I'm going to grab it and use it. An example that I always give is like, when I'm building a relationship with, let's say, you, the viewer, and I say, what are you good for? What is your use? You know what I mean? It sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? It sounds kind of harsh. Like I have this great authority that I'm trying to figure out if you're good for something or if you're useful. And so that's why I'm kind of separating my answer in the practical, as in like, there is an abundance of this plant, and the virtues, as well as saying there are many things that this plant can teach me. And so this is one of the things that I'm trying to do with my language, and I offer that to you too, to do the same, not to think of plants as uses, but to think of them as their virtues. And what is a good plant for X disease? Instead, think of what companion would I call on in a case of this? In the same way that I'm like, I'm going to go to a movie. Which one of my friends? Oh, I'm definitely not going to bring that one friend of mine. I know they're just going to throw popcorn and stuff. It's going to be really embarrassing. And I'm not going to bring my other friend because that person would be offended by violence and stuff like that. And it's the kind of movie I want to see with just one type of friend. You know what I mean? So you start to think about certain situations and scenarios. And when you have that relationship, then boom, all of a sudden you can see your friend Yarrow when somebody is explaining something about a particular matter, about a condition that they have, and all of a sudden, I'm thinking about my friend Yarrow. And so one of the reasons why I also like to work with instead of use. I like to work with yarrow as like my most versatile herb, is because to me it is the most versatile herb that there is. It's so great at so many things. I love it for its digestive ability, its ability to stimulate bile, its ability to work with the liver, to warm the stomach, for its ability, the astringent quality to tighten and tone the mucosal tissues and the lining of the gut, for example, and like leaky gut. I love it for the way that yarrow works on the blood, in particular the lymphatic system in the blood, the changing of the capillaries into the lymphatic system. It really likes to target the periphery. It likes to target the lower abdominal area. So I work with yarrow in fertility, and I work with it for colon problems, and I work with it for fevers and all kinds of anything that where I feel like there's a blockage in the blood or there needs to be some movement. And it seems to be, in my opinion, really suitable for every body type. It's bitter, so it's cooling. So there's some people who are really cold that might not be suited for cooling plants, but it's also aromatic and quite warming at the same time. So it's cool. Its bitterness and its warmness kind of work together for somebody who might be too hot or too cold. It's stimulating in the way that it stimulates metabolic processes, but it doesn't have a stimulating effect so much on the mind or the nervous system. In fact, in my opinion, it has a way of relaxing the nervous system due to its bitterness, its bitter alkaloids. I like the way that yarrow works in a tincture. I like the way that it works in a tea. I like the way that it works in a salve. So not only is it the most versatile herb in my practice, I can put it into a whole bunch of different things. And that's something I'm going to cover in another question coming up here too. Achillea, the wounded warrior plant too. So here's another thing that I've been, that a lot of people have been asking me about and coming to me for help with lately, is something that I would say has to do with like an ancestral wound or something, a deeper type of trauma. And in this case, it's not so much like we're working through the blood or we're working through the liver. It's more of a working through consciousness, working through emotional connection, working through the subtle etheric layers. And yarrow is so great at that. It's very, very protective. I also love, I hang yarrow at the entrance to my shop upside down. So in order to come through the door of my shop, you have to pass beneath the yarrow. And I call, and before I harvest it, I tell it, like, as it's growing, like, you're going to grow up to be the security system for my shops and also for my house and stuff like that. So make sure that you get like really good at repelling unwanted, negative, malefic energy. And so I think that herbs work really well when they have a goal, when they have a leader to tell them, this is what you're going to do. And they go do it. So there's been plenty of times when somebody comes into they open the door, and you could sense when somebody comes into a room that they don't have good intent. At least I can. I'm sensitive in that way. And I really, really, really try hard to maintain the psychic integrity of my spaces, including my shop. Like, I work very hard at that. So when something comes in that I can feel is like a disturbance in the force, right? I'm like, oh, they'll stop underneath the yarrow, and then they'll just kind of take a look around, and then they're like, I'm out of here. I've seen that happen over and over. But sometimes I'm like, maybe they thought that they were going to like the massage place that's like next door, or the nail place that's next door. I don't know. But yarrow works great for that. I love it for so many things. Such a good friend. And I carry it in my first aid kit wherever I go somewhere where there isn't first aid, because I will call upon yarrow and its virtues to stop bleeding and hopefully, save a life if it has to someday. It's done that. It has historical. It's definitely been used like that in history. So, Achillea millifolia, the 1,000-leafed botanical of Achilles, the warrior.
And that's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks so much for listening to the Herb Rally podcast. If you'd like to hear more from us here at Herb Rally, we now have a text message community, believe it or not. Basically, it's just updates from us. We send about 1 to 7 texts per week, notifying you about new events, videos, courses, podcasts. You get the idea. It's pretty much like our email newsletter, just in text form. So if you'd like to receive text messages from Herb Rally, just text JOIN, that's JOIN, to the number 541-256-2000. 541-256-2895. Again, that's join to number 541-256-2895. And to stop receiving text, that's easy too. Just text STOP to the same number. It'll opt you out immediately. Okay, thanks again for listening. Have a great rest of your day.